What up?
Hi. You stopped like abruptly. I wasn't sure
did.
what was happening.
I did. It was pretty abrupt. Oh, wait. Is our microphone on? Can you
The
hear us?
microphone's not even hooked up.
Oh, for
Oh
crying
my
out
goodness,
loud.
Eric, you came in here to get it ready and then didn't hook the mic up.
Can you even hear us
They can
without the
hear us.
microphone?
People can hear us without the mic. It just sounds better with the mic.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us now? Give us the old 5x5, the howdy do.
Let me know that you can hear.
What up? Can anybody hear us at all?
We can hear.
I don't know if anybody can hear.
Yeah, Miss Jeannie says she can hear us.
Oh,
We
okay.
can
Let's
hear.
do that.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us know. It's been we were watching. Oops, here we were watching. Thank you, Rebecca. We were watching some Phineas and Ferb with the kids hanging out. We were just like running
Eating some
here, really
some
quick.
late dinner, rolling up in here. And then we got busy watching the intro video. Monica was reminding me that was a year ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We might have to get ourselves a new.
We 100% have to get here. You can put your arm on that if you want.
Get a new vid.
100% get a new vid because I need to put. I want to put a new video. Put your arm here. That makes it better. We can put your arm. There you go. We have to get our new video on our website that I'm making because I'm working on a website.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that. The website's going to include all kinds of Eric you're turning me around.
Oh, sorry.
The website's going to include some courses and some videos, and yeah, I'm really excited.
Oh, you're revealing that already?
I'm excited. I'm working on it. It's going to be up soon, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm pushing myself.
Down with it.
Pushing myself to get it done.
Well, you know, each and every Thursday when we come in here to have therapy sesh, aka we get to talk for the week.
Yeah, we get to chat finally.
So we got to get it out. Like we got to get it all out.
Yeah.
But before we get it out,
yeah,
we got to say howdy do.
Hello
to all everyone. The peeps up in the chat.
Yep.
We got
my hair's wild. Oh my gosh, sorry.
Win with Broke Cowgirl. What's going on, Miss Rebecca? We'll highlight that. Miss Rebecca, touched by a yarn. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Miss Karen Gaudiosi. That's
Gaudiosi.
Exactly what I just said.
Yeah. You did good.
Oh, okay, great. Miss Jeannie Lipsky's in here. What's going on? Let's see. Who else? We got John from Two Doves, Bees, and Garden. What's going on? And then, of course, the one, the only Emma Bland. What's going on? Yeah, nothing much going on today. Rain half the night and half the day. I got up this morning getting ready for work, and I heard a whole lot of no. Oh man, I didn't tell you this morning. This was funny. I'm sitting there getting ready for work, and of course it's raining, cats and dogs, and I can hear it pitter pattering on the roof. I can hear it just going silly outside, right? And then, you know, my ears, I got these ears that are trained.
Hi, Sarah. Sarah's there with John, too.
What's going on, Sarah? I have these trained ears that I can pick up like little itsy bitsy sounds, which is funny because people be talking to me and I can't hear them. But when it comes to like mechanical sounds, gas sounds, like little, like something that's off, even if I don't know what it is. So I'm sitting there brushing my teeth. I got this like fancy brush where you push the little button. It's like 4 billion RPMs per second. So it's like, yeah, my teeth are barely there by the time I'm done. Anyway, but while I'm doing that, I hear something and I stop and I'm listening. And then it goes away. And I'm like, what is that? And I start brushing again. Of course, it's anybody's got one of those. What's going on, Mr. Jesse?
Hey.
If anybody has those little battery brushes or whatever, you know, especially the good ones, man. They're like rattling your teeth in your ears. It's like in your jaw and then up in your ear. Okay. Anyway, so I stop it a second time and I'm listening. I don't know why, like when you stop and then you like put your ear down like this, like you feel like you're gonna be able to hear it better. But I did it. So I put my ear down and still nothing. And I'm like, what is that noise? So I'm like, all right, it's probably just in my head. I'm thinking about something else. I don't know. Anyway, Ormsby Farms in here. How you doing, Casey? Good to see you. So anyway, so the sound's going on. I'm trying to put it out of my mind, finish brushing.
You don't want to go hear what the sound is?
I don't know. I can't pinpoint it. I don't know where it is.
Okay.
So then I like finish up my last little things, get the little dap in my hair, little dap will do you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I do the hair, get ready to roll, and I stop and listen one more time. And you know what I heard?
What?
Through the vents, I heard one of the kids upstairs snoring.
No.
Like a old person.
Like an old person?
I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah. I was very surprised. But
you heard him snoring through the vent?
I thought it was one of the dogs. At first,
it might have been.
No, it wasn't. Because sure it was coming straight overhead.
Oh, you could hear him vacuuming up there now.
Yeah. But it was coming right through the vents. Oh and it reminded me of a kid. As a kid, I remember my brother and I, we would be upstairs and downstairs and talking to the vents to see if we could hear each other.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good memory, especially if you don't have a basement now. And then you think about, well, they're upstairs, obviously, but they're not talking to anybody down here, really. No. Although it's cool because if I'm sitting here at night doing my podcast, I can hear everybody upstairs screaming at each other if they're playing video games.
Yeah.
Super fun.
This is good memories.
Yeah.
Yelling at each other for video games.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love it.
That's cool.
Anyway,
okay, I do have a poll up tonight.
What kind of poll we got tonight?
It is, what's your favorite spring/summer vegetable? And I only gave you 4. I was going to give you 3 and then say other, and then you could tell me what it is. But if you don't like any of those things on there, or you have a favorite, pick your favorite from those 4 and then give me your absolute favorite. Like if it's not on there. So my thoughts were either green beans, tomatoes, cucumbers, or squash/zucchini. Hey, Miss Jackie Sailor. So what are you liking? What out of those 4? Yeah, green beans, tomatoes, cucumbers, or squash? What are you thinking?
I think green beans, I think, are going to be my favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Better than tomatoes and cucumbers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Well, I will say it was funny because my friend Jocelyn, everybody knows my friend Jocelyn. She was over here the other day, and her daughter Melody, they were here, and they were talking about something, and I showed her all the green beans that we had picked, and girlfriend grabbed one and started eating it. Like, oh, corn on the cob, yes. That's probably one of my summer favorites. Didn't even think about it because we don't grow it. So I was like trying to think. That is probably my favorite too, Jesse. But girlfriend just picked up a raw green bean, started like eating it. Just like, and Abigail was like, Are you eating a raw green bean? And she was like, yes. Abigail was like mortified. She wasn't sure what was happening. And Melody's like, give me one. And both her and Melody were just eating raw green beans. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, when you told me,
had them raw.
Has anybody else in the chat ever eaten them raw before?
Do you just eat raw green beans? Is that a thing?
When you said that to me, I was perplexed because I don't know that I've ever heard anybody eating them raw.
Well, I've had like I've eaten snap peas. I've eaten, the raw peas and the snap peas out of my garden, but I've never eaten raw green beans.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. You know what, Gwen? Mine aren't doing great either. They're trying and they look like they want to live this wonderful life that they deserve, but nothing is really happening. I'm really sad about it. As a matter of fact, my 16-year-old, almost 17, said to me tonight, he said, oh, are we actually going to have some BLTs this year? And I'm like, bro, I don't know that we're going to. Once my tomatoes start going, I'm getting my inside hydroponics going again, and I'm going to grow some lettuce just so we can have some lettuce. But man, I'm so bummed that my tomatoes are not really doing anything. Raw potatoes, no. We had a neighbor when we were younger. We were living with my mom.
Wait, real quick, Jackie, are you eating raw potatoes?
Are you eating raw potatoes? We had a neighbor that we lived next door to.
Raw potatoes.
I didn't think we could either. I thought they were like bad for you. So I have never eaten them. But my neighbor used to give raw potatoes to his dog. Do you remember that? Mr. John, who used to live next door, he would give raw potatoes to remember his pit bull that used to live next door to us at Walton Avenue when we lived with my mom?
Oh, yeah.
He would feed him like chunks of raw potato. He would peel the skin first, mind you. I guess the dog was bougie on that one, but he would peel the skin and he would give his dog raw potatoes. It's the craziest thing. Yes, raw potatoes, a little salt. Are you serious? Do you slice them thin? How do you eat it? I'm going to get my sugar snap peas from the farmer's market. Oh, that would be good. Wait, add a little salt. Just raw potatoes. Like, do you slice them? Do you chunk them? I didn't know you could do that.
Mm-mm.
You can do that?
I don't know if I'd want to. I don't know. I mean, I guess I would try it.
Raw potatoes? Maybe thin. Maybe sliced thin. I don't know if I could do.
There's not much I wouldn't try, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean,
let's go back up here to the list here. We got a lot of sugar snap peas have come in.
Yeah. Peppers. I didn't even think about that, John and Sarah. Peppers. I love jalapenos.
Well, if you were to put peppers on the on the poll, though,
that would have been number one.
Would have been
hot or spicy.
Yeah.
It would have just been peppers. Now,
Okay.
I could always put up a poll later or next week that says, what's your favorite pepper? Like, which one do you like better? Jalapenos or the, little snackers or the cherry bombs or whatever.
Monica and I were talking about this.
I don't know any cherry bombs out there this year.
I was telling Monica yesterday, my all-time favorite pepper, though, jalapeno.
Yeah.
100%. And man, the ones that we're getting this year, they're so juicy.
That's the only reason why we're getting them is because I bought them from the store. I bought the plant from the Home Depot in the planter. They're the only ones giving me anything. Although, no, I am getting banana peppers from my little plants in the ground. But everything that's in the ground, nothing's growing except for the beans. Sorry, we're saying.
Raw hamburger with salt and pepper, dried.
No,
I'm not going to do that.
No, Jackie, what?
They used to do that back in the old days. You don't remember that? Well, I don't really remember, but I've heard stories.
Oh my god!
Where they would just have like a plate of like the raw patty. It was like it's just a ball.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know people that eat stuff like that, but I've heard people do. Oh, yes, years ago, raw potatoes, but now it's a no good to do that. Is it really no good to do that? Is it not healthy for you? Maybe the way the potatoes are grown. Sarah had her first okra right off the plant the other day. What? Okra probably uncooked would probably be better, but it's hairy in your mouth. It's like okra's fuzzy. What are you blowing out? Like the thought of raw, hairy, fuzzy okra?
Back.
Fuzzy. It's like fuzzy.
Like a peach?
No. Yeah.
Speaking of peaches.
I used to when Mommy was cutting them.
Let me tell you something.
Don't eat side raw potatoes. Just one or two is chopping. Oh, okay.
Monica or Abigail just moments ago was telling me Bendy, the emu, is eating our peaches.
No.
She can reach all the way up there.
To the top?
And I looked out there. Her neck was folded back like this. And the reason why was because she was trying to get it to fall into her mouth.
No.
I'm not kidding you. And then you see her just go. Damn.
Oh, no. They're not even ripe yet. No, wait, go down. Hey, Brian, how are you? And Miss Jeannie said, have y'all not eaten or tried your veggies while picking? Yes, we have eaten them while picking. That would be that. We do that. I've just never tried the green beans.
Well, I mean, even a tomato, I don't sit out there and just bite into it.
I mean, I have. I've bitten into a tomato. It'd be like just.
I mean, if it's like the little
cherry tomatoes,
yeah. Well, no, let me take that.
You go out there and eat peppers all the time. You literally had a whole entire video eating the peppers while picking them.
Hold up.
Oh, I wish my garden was.
If you pick tomatoes in this hot weather, it's like eating like a even more liquefied tomato soup.
Yeah.
No, I'm
also
not.
Only one raw ball of burger as I'm making hamburger patties. You'll be making hamburger patties and you're like, roll it up, pop it in, like a gumball.
I mean, what's the point of rolling it up? Why not just get down in there and get after it?
No. Sarah says small okra is delicious. Not good when they get big. I prefer okra fried and dipped in ranch.
Everything is better when it's fried.
Okay, but I have to say, I would try fried okra and ranch. Because I feel like anything fried and dipped in ranch is probably going to be delicious. Now, I have not gotten down. I'm like half a ranch person. Like I like ranch with some things. But the other day, I've eaten sliced tomatoes with just salt and pepper. Yeah, we too. Also, yes. No, you did not carry your salt. That's hilarious. I love it.
She's got a little smock on it.
With her little salt. She's like, hold on, honey. Salt, pepper.
She's got like a little holster. For salt and pepper.
That's what I'm imagining. Miss Jeannie carrying a salt and pepper holster.
Oh my goodness.
But they're in the shape of like little weapons, like little guns, salt and peppers. Yes, meatballs, I should say. Okay. Here's the thing. Ready? Oh shoot. I was going to say something too about we were talking about the salt and pepper shake before we saw that. Oh no, I was talking about something. Oh, we had to what are they called? The taquitos the other day for Ezekiel's birthday. Yeah. So Ezekiel just had a birthday this week. And when it's your birthday here in the house, you can have anything you want for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You pick it, right? Your favorites. I mean, anything you want. Within reason. A few years ago, though, one of our kids did pick lobster tail for dinner. So we did lobster.
Did we?
Yes. Don't you remember?
No.
Jonathan.
Lobster tail?
He picked we bought lobster tail from Costco. And everybody got to try the lobster tail. He got his own. It was like this big.
I'm just realizing why I do so much working nowadays.
wasn't that bad. They were from Costco, so
don't forget I'm salary, so there's no overtime anymore.
So when I was young, working with my aunt in her garden, she taught me. I love that. Well, anyway, we were eating taquitos the other day, and I said, "Yeah, I just want a few of them, Jacob." And Jacob's like, "Mom, you got to try them with the ranch." I was like, "Yeah, I don't know." He's like, "Trust me." So he came in, put a little ranch. I dipped it in ranch. Game changer. Game changer. Taquitos, it was so good. Just
breading. That's all it
is.
It
was like, no, these are actually a lot of meat and cheese in them. Yeah. Monica just a Gmail. I'll have to look and see. But yeah, it was really good.
So it looks like most people are going with tomatoes and
squash or head-to-head competition right there. 38 and 38%.
If I were to number them, I can't see them. Okay. I would, man, it's hard to say though. See, I say green beans, but I like some squash. Don't get me wrong. I like it steamed. I like it.
Rebecca's showing off now. Look what she's about to eat. Oh. Look at that.
Okay.
Excellent. See, the sugar snap peas are so good.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We need to go earlier. If we get together here in Wiley, you want to come by for a garden visit before grabbing some dinner. That's a deal.
Dealsy?
Yes. Okay. Just let us know what time we're going to do it. And then we'll try. Do you have time on Saturday?
We'll see.
We're going to do fencing stuff.
Yeah, we got to start on the fencing because the picture that Dad sent the other day with the bull reaching over the fence, we got to fix it.
I think honestly, though, I think some of that fencing, we could still use the fencing like we actually have back there. But I think if we put up electric in front of it, I think it would scare him enough, because I think that if we had the electric going, he would be, all he needs to do is get snapped a few times. And Jonathan went out there, by the way, and he weed whacked along that edge beyond further. I think that's important too. If we keep that area weed whacked, then he's not going to reach over. There's nothing for him to be tempted with. So,
all right, back to the vegetables.
Anyway, but yes, we're going to work on that, John and Sarah. We're going to, that would be so awesome. I would love that.
Home canned cabbage soup for supper tonight. Okay.
Very nice. Okay, so put that in the chat. What are you eating for dinner tonight? What did you eat for dinner?
Man, you didn't even put cabbage on the list.
I know. I love cabbage because I don't have any cabbage right now. But I'm going to figure out a way to grow it enough that I have several harvests. We were talking about succession gardening on our podcast that we recorded this past week, and I'm super excited.
Everybody's changing their answers over to squash and zucchini now.
I don't think they're changing it, but it looks like somebody did change it.
Yeah.
I miss not having any squash or zucchini out there. I need to get some squash and zucchini out there. So I'm going to actually put some zucchini right in the ground this weekend if I can get all of that weeded area out of there, because there's just a lot of grass in my garden right now. A lot of grass.
It's the story of our life.
And I'm struggling with it. I can't bend over to like weed it like I should. And I'm really struggling to keep the weed out. Casey keeps trying to get me to put weed barrier down. He's like, just put the weed barrier down, put the barrier stuff down. It'll kill everything underneath. You'll be fine. You'll be able to have the little, you won't have to worry about weeds. And when I was in his garden a few years ago, he's right. He don't have weeds. No weeds. But it's just the weed barrier. It's that black sheeting.
Mm-hmm.
No weeds. So yeah. Oh, hey, how are you, White Rock Homestead? We love our zucchini. Make it so many ways. Yeah, I mean, I have a plethora of zucchini recipes. I think my favorite way to make zucchini, if I'm not making zucchini bread with it and I'm not frying it, the best way for me to make it is I make zucchini relish. I love some sweet relish, and I make zucchini relish, and it's zucchini relish and pepper relish is actually better, in my opinion, than cucumber relish, because it's crunchier. It's not as soggy over time. So I can keep it for, a couple years and it doesn't get soggy. We had
jalapeno popper penne.
Ooh, did I mention I like jalapenos? Oh, I love that. We have a few really big ones out there.
Yeah, I like some jalapenos.
Ooh, Karen had a pizza for dinner tonight. I think it's too hot in Texas. The weed fabric will kill the soil microbes and earthworms. See, that's what I was afraid of too, that it might just be too much sun. Like in Georgia, I feel like, and even in North Carolina with Miss Ann, they both use weed barrier. I just feel like the sun is different there.
It's the same sun.
It's a different sun.
There's only one.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Dice it up and add it for breakfast casserole instead of potatoes. Yeah, that's a really great option. That's a really good option. Most people don't really, some of my kids like breakfast stuff. A lot of them are choosy with their breakfast items. I just realized I have a lot of choosy kids.
No. I will say that our 13-year-old is entering that stage, much like all the other kids, where they like to cook. So this dude right here will wake up Saturday morning and he's like, "Hey, Dad,
would you like an omelet? Would you like
want me to make you an omelet real quick?" I'm like, "Yes."
Only one son. Yeah.
Just one. That's all we got.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, he likes to cook now. It's been a cool experience.
I'm very, very excited because of the other day. First of all, I just want to give a word of encouragement to Monica.
Oh, really?
She has, with her back issue, has been the best patient, and that's very difficult for her.
To be a good patient?
Yes. Moms are horrible. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So I just want to say, first of all, I'm really proud of you for working so hard to get back to where you need to be.
Which is why my hair's all greasy tonight.
And okay.
It is, because I did my massage thing today.
Not everybody.
That's why it's all greasy.
Nobody knows that.
It's all greasy.
Nobody can see it or
you
smell it.
You can see how greasy. Oh, you can see how greasy it is. Look how greasy it is. It's crazy.
All right.
You can't smell it.
Anyway.
It smells like oil.
Let me smell it.
Smells like oil.
What kind of oil?
I don't know. Whatever body oil she
is.
I don't know.
Anyway. So she's been really good. Well, this past week, her and the kids were able to get out in the garden. She was able to squat / sit and pick.
Don't tell them how many. See if you can guess in the chat. Go ahead.
She was able to pick green beans. So while Monica was doing her podcast
on Tuesday,
I've never really canned anything. I've been around her. I've helped her set things up. I've been her little errand boy, grabbing rings or whatever I can find. And she does all the, what I would say, more of the difficult work, which is hitting the buttons.
It's not that hard. I did videos on it.
It's not that hard. But anyway, so we went out there. She was able.
No, Casey, you can't guess.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's actually, I think, more than you think. So really quick, before you finish the story, he did some stuff. Guess how many? With our first real harvest of our plants, I have about 12 rows. No, I have
10 W30.
I have about 8 rows of green beans going. Put in the chat how many quarts of green beans you think we can this week. Okay, go ahead, finish.
Well, no, I mean, that was pretty much it. They were able to get out there.
Yep.
And the first day, I think you did it when we were delivering cattle.
Yeah, I started picking on Saturday.
And of course, it
was overcast
the advantage of having the electric
pressure canner.
Yeah.
The Nesco or the Carry, whichever one you have, same brand. They're just different.
That one. You're able to do a lot less. You don't have to do so many. When I was a kid, not that we lived on a farm, but it was something about Mom that always wanted to go to the local farm, get a bushel of green beans.
Yep.
And I used to hate that because then we had to sit there, it seemed like for hours as a kid anyway, that you had this bushel of green beans that you had to go through and, break them and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, so they got out there and they got after it while I was delivering cattle. And then I think
they didn't finish it. We didn't finish it on Saturday, but I went back out on Monday and did the rest. And I had the kids out there trying to pick because I really didn't want to. Just between Saturday and Monday, I got more. And we were filling up a bunch of buckets and things that I had. And I will tell you that these kids, oh my word, these boys were so scared on Monday because we saw a few wolf spiders. Now, mind you, these people are out there bending over. I have to sit. Eric's got that green bean PTSD. I have to sit on this little stool. And I've got this little pad on the stool. And it's like one of these little step stools you should be stepping on. Instead, my booty's on it. And I have this little kneeler pad that you're supposed to kneel on. And I have it sitting on top because sitting is not easy when you're in that space. And I have to kind of look forward and reach. So I can't twist to the side. I have to lean forward, but I can't twist. So I'm in between each row. The step stool is facing like long ways and my booty's sitting there and I'm trying to like grab and reach. These children, I am surrounded by bushes on each side, like bush beans. These kids are screaming and crying because these spiders, mind you, the spiders are about this big, probably. I mean, that's pretty big. Look.
$50 size.
Yeah, $50 size. There's some big ones out there. every time they see one, they're like,
I like them big. I like them chunky.
Okay, so we got 2 guesses, 20 quarts or 12 quarts. Anybody else want to put a guess in there how many quarts I got? I had 8 rows that we're picking from. I don't know how big they are. How big, how long is a row?
Smaller. This year, the garden is a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But I think that it's going to be more productive because we can be more focused.
Not productive at all, hardly, except for the beans.
Well, that's a good way to take the air out of the
They
sails.
grow on a trellis. They produce really well. I haven't had a chance to grow green beans in 2 years because of 16 seed. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I love that. Thank you, Elijah. Well, most of my green beans actually are older. I haven't bought green beans in 4 years.
Come on, give them the quarts.
And they're older. So, okay. So anyway, that sounds really good, Jackie, by the way. So anyway, we were able to do, Eric did 8 quarts one Tuesday night while we were doing our podcast. Now, the cutest thing ever happened though, because he was for sure he was doing it wrong. Rebecca says 24. Well, I definitely did more after the 8. I didn't do as many as 24, but I'm excited to say that when he was finished on Tuesday night, he put 2 full gallon bags in the refrigerator. I mean, they were chock filled, like to the brim, and they were already snapped and like, just already ready to go. All they had to do was be rinsed and kind of pick through because some of them had spots on them or whatever. So the next day on Wednesday, I was able to do an additional 8 quarts. So we have 16 quarts of green beans already canned and already knocked out of my goal of 60, because my goal is 60 quarts for this year. If I can do, oh my gosh, that's amazing, 48 pints off those 16 seeds. That's awesome. That is such a great turnaround or ratio of return investment or whatever you want to say. It's really awesome. But yeah, I'm excited. 16 quarts is really good for that amount of time that we spent. But it was so funny watching these little boys freak out about the spiders. And Eric, he was so cute. He was like, I think I'm doing it wrong. I'm like, no, you're fine. You're fine. I walked out. Therapy is counseling. Counseling is talking. You pay cash. That's money signs. Talking sells nothing. In order for one's problems to change, the environment situation has to change. That's very true. Very true. Hi, Joseph. How are you?
Hey, Joseph.
Okay. So Eric calls me, texts me. He says, I think I'm doing it wrong. I'm like, no, everything's good. When I come out of my podcast, I smell something. It smells like someone is cooking peanut butter in the oven. And I'm like, something's burning. Something's a little different. And that's when I realized that the canner isn't on can. It's on pressure cook. So Eric had been pressure cooking the green beans in the jars with the 8 cups of water that was supposed to be in there. So I was like, no, everything needs to be set to pressure can. So I went back to pressure can and I stayed up until about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday morning because I wanted to wait until everything had kind of come down to temperature, and I opened them up. And in one of my canners, we were probably about 20 minutes away from burning that canner up because there was like this much water in there and it was solid brown, like just burned water, like burned. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so thankful these didn't burn or shatter and nothing happened. They were fine. Everything was good. They all sealed. Everything worked out wonderful. But I was a little nervous.
Now
he knows how to do it.
The level of master.
Yes. Now he is a master canner. But it was really awesome to know. And it was super helpful. Thank you very much, by the way, to know that we are both fully capable of taking a product from start to finish to our shelves, and knowing that you can put it in the canner and get it in the shelf as well. So that's cool to know that,
Well, the other good thing is that
the lifting and the gopher monkey.
Yeah. Well, so all the kids were helping. That was the goal. Like once everybody finished eating, it was like, get yourself situated. I even sent one of the kids to the sink and had him empty everything out, scrub the sink and scrub all the dishes, get everything out.
Yeah.
So what was cool, I kind of scared them.
Why?
Well, because, some of them were trying to hurry up and get back to their video games. And I said, look, here's the thing. Our goal this year is 60 quarts. So if you break them off and you're throwing them all into the discard pile because you're trying to hurry, we're going to be doing this a lot longer than most people would think.
Yeah.
So then you see them like slowing down in this, like
paying attention,
barely breaking the tip off. And
yeah, there was not a lot of discard. I was very happy with that, that amount that you put into the compost. That was excellent. Hey, Desert Goat, how are you? Hope you're doing great. Yeah, I was very impressed with it. There was only a few that I had to throw out that had some brown spots on them that I didn't like. So yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited for what we got. It was really good. Oh, he's saying hello to you too. Hello, Mr. Eric, the legendary husband. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, no, I have to say I was very very pleased. Very pleased. And I like the fact that you can do it. And you know what, Jason, you could do it if you had an electric pressure canner. That's super easy. I'm not a fan of having to lift the big pot and do all the extra work. Plus, at this point, my oven is just, I mean, my stovetop is not really capable of keeping temperature. So we use the electric pressure canners. And I think you can do 7 quarts in a stovetop pressure canner. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody out there have like the All-American?
Who said something about doing the old school?
Who did old school?
I thought you said something.
No, he was saying, Jason was saying, good for Eric's try, but that's a note for me. Tara is the only one to run the canner. I'm just a little finger of monkey. But I will say that the electric pressure canner is so much easier because it takes the guesswork out of it or the listening. You don't have to babysit it like you do the pressure canners for the stovetop. Jesse, what is that? How many is that? 7 quarts?
Maybe for the first couple times.
I miss canning. Well, why don't you can something? You can can. Who's to say you can't?
Yeah, Jason, I honestly, yeah, I think I've just never done it before. That's the thing.
You've never done it by yourself. You've done it with me, right?
I've been around it. I know what to listen for. I know when to hit, airtight or whatever. But for you,
7 quarts.
You do it most of the time. So you just don't, like I said, I saw something wasn't right. And I couldn't figure out what it was. I sent her a video while she was on her podcast. I felt like a little kid back in the day when my mom would like leave directions how to cook something, and she would be very explicit, and then I'd still call them like, hello. So on direction number 3, it says to turn it to 350.
The bad thing is I saw his message, and I said, no, you're doing great. That's exactly what it should do. The problem was I wasn't looking at the buttons that he had pushed. I was looking at the little thing that spins. So yeah, I messed that one up. Because I didn't see
it wasn't your fault.
You're in the bushes, Miss Ann? I am back to the bushes. Hopefully you're out in the garden doing some work, huh? Electric. We already have 3 regular pressure canners. I'm sure we'll have to get one in the future.
The electric one, to me, what I like about it is at the end, when it's done, you can just leave it, like go to bed.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, it's already cooled down.
Yep.
Pull them out. Take the rings off, whatever you're going to do.
I love it. Yeah, I can hardly lift my canner when it's empty. It's a beast. Yeah. I have a Moro pressure canner that takes only 7 quarts. So that was the cool thing about it because I have 2 of the electric pressure canners. I was able to do 8 quarts, which is actually more than what you could do in the countertop of the stovetop one, which is really awesome. But the cool thing is let's just say I only had 1 quart of green beans. I could just do 1 quart. I don't have to worry about filling it up. And with the other pressure canners, you have to fill them up. If it's on the stovetop, you have to fill it up. So yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things about the pressure canners that I have. I mean, I just really do. I just love it. So that's just me. I'll get off my soapbox.
The water bath pot is what has so much water. I don't lift it either. Yeah. I dip water out with a pan.
Yeah.
When I'm done.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, even 3 quarts, I feel like sometimes even the 3 quarts are heavier. All-American 930 here. You don't have to fill up the pressure canner. No, not at all. That's true. But they definitely are heavy, the Instant Pot or the air fryer.
All right, Jason. I can't help you with that one.
Let's see. Have you ever?
Although I will be honest, the air fryer I feel like is easier. The Instant Pot, some of them have so many doggone decisions to make. It's like
that's true.
I thought it was supposed to be easier. Just hit a button and go. All-American 930 here. That's kind of late. She gets up at 9:30.
Yeah.
You don't have to fill up the pressure canner. Or you don't have to? Okay.
No, you don't have to. With the pressure canner, you only need a few quarts, right? She said 3 quarts, which is fine. I just feel like it is heavier. It's just heavier in general to me. But again, my stovetop isn't going to do it. Lisa has the American canner, but she's really liking her steam canner. I love the steam canning option. I think that I've been doing the steaming as well. I did some steam canning last year, and it was really cool. They're aluminum, not heavy.
All right.
Hey, how are you? Brampton Gardeners in here.
What up? And Troy's stopping in.
Hey,
what
Troy,
up?
Troy, how are you?
I saw Troy in that video the other day where he was planting stuff in his greenhouse.
I know. It's such a pretty greenhouse.
It's beautiful, but doesn't it like want to burn up or something?
No, because it's not Texas. It's a different sun there. See? More than one sun.
Only one sun.
Yeah. Party can start now. Rochelle's here. No, we,
What's a steam canner? Is this like a new
steam
fad?
canner? No, a steam canner. I'll show you a steam canner. Miss Ann has a steam canner, I think, too.
Ooh,
yeah.
Just name dropping now.
So fancy. So fancy. Let me show you a steam canner.
Well, I mean, I understand, I guess
Look, it's like a steam canner. It's so easy. So it's like this bottom pot, and then you put the stuff in it. Look. You put the jars in there, and then you put the top one, and it use less water, and you can do.
You don't have to like bolt it down or anything.
No, just pop on. Just steam it. Boom.
Huh.
No, do not bump her. No.
When you say boss, you are talking about me then. So
do not.
You can't pressure can in a steam canner.
No, you cannot. You can only do like the water bath option. So if it's a water, something that you normally
it's taking the place of.
Yeah, basically, you can't steam. You got a steam juicer for $30 at the thrift store. What? Oh, you saw one. What? Hope Tara can hear this right now. So easy, Miss Ann said. Just try it, Jessie. She said, no, don't do it. She's a mod too. So yeah, no, she's not listening. Don't worry. It's fine. She's not listening. She's not going to want all these things. Although I will say the pressure canner, the electric pressure canner is my favorite. It's probably one of my favorite things. So, but it is really helpful to have. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, for sure. I just like the fact that if you don't have a full bushel.
Yeah.
Rather than, because going back before we had this canner, you remember how many times we'd have just buckets of
beans?
Yeah. Or pepper,
well,
whatever.
The next time we get it, once we have enough to fill up both canners, I'll probably end up taking the rest and giving them to your mom so she can can at the same time we're canning. So that way, we can can. Just got in from a nice long walk with Dexter. So nice. He's so handsome. He's loving all the flowers and the gardening stuff that she's got going on.
Oh, that's good.
I know. Well, yeah, I think I definitely, I don't want a steam juicer. I feel it wouldn't result in as much juice as cooking and straining. Well, that would be a really interesting test to do, is compare a steam juicer. I think I really want a steam juicer. Think about all the things you can do.
You're not going to have fruit because that stupid bird.
Mom, what you're doing? You're going to knock it off. You know what? The peach trees are already wrecked up because of all the cows that were in here. I have, you know how many plums we got this year? One plum. One plum. I had so many plums last year. So many plums. I actually have a bag of plums in my freezer still. One plum. That's all I have this year. No plums. All the rest of the plums, gone. Zip, gone. Nothing. That's okay, because you know what? It's going to come back stronger next year. Well, Jason, if you had built Tara that walk-in pantry, she would be too excited to send you all, to make you send all your riches on fancy canners. Yeah, it's true. She will make you spend all your riches on fancy canners if you just get that pantry done. A steam canner is more beneficial than a boiling water bath canner because it's more compact, uses less water, and it's energy efficient, but it's also suitable for canning high acid foods. Very nice. She meant spend. 2 plum trees. I haven't got a plum off of either one of them since I bought them 10 years ago. What? Oh, so last year our plums did great. I did several videos. They were amazing. We were picking them off of there and just eating them. They were so plentiful. And when I went to, as a matter of fact, the reason why that bag is in there was because we had picked all the plums, and I was leaving to go to my grandfather's funeral last year, and I had picked an entire bag of plums, and I was so mad because I couldn't do anything with them because they were going to go bad if I didn't put them in the freezer. So I picked all those plums, filled up an entire gallon bag, stuck it in my freezer, and prayed that that would be okay. And then Sandy told me that plums in the freezer, some certain fruits in the freezer, actually are better because they're going to be sweeter when you thaw them out and you do something with them. So I'm very excited. Plus, now I'm like an expert at making, not really an expert. I am getting better. I don't know what happened. I think it was the cows that did it too.
I don't think the cows can reach that high. It had to be the email.
I don't think
it had to be.
I don't think so. I never saw plums on there really, except for 1 or 2.
Yeah, there was probably a good dozen.
She might have.
2 dozen.
She might have. That's awesome. I hit 26,000 when I get up to pee. Very nice. That's awesome. Life goals. Yeah.
I'm sure glad she shared that.
I love it. But yeah, no, we didn't get any. We're not getting fruit this year, but that's okay. Fruit's going to come back stronger next year. It's going to be fine.
What about out there in the field now?
Out in the field, we're going to have lots of grapes. I was down there looking at it again yesterday. Lots of green grapes. Lots of green down there right now.
Not turning yet?
They'll turn. Nope. They should be turning here in the next few weeks.
You know why we'll get them?
Because the emu's not down
there.
Lisa just finished steam canning a 17 4-ounce jars of balsamic basil plum jam. Ooh, sounds very interesting. She is the jamming genius, that's for sure. Balsamic basil plum jam.
Plum jam?
What do you put that on?
I don't know. I'm trying to imagine.
That's like a cheese jam. I feel like that's something you eat with like cheese.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
that's a charcuterie jam. What?
I'm just trying to like figure out what the flavor profile is.
I don't know. We were talking
I don't know where that just came from.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm on Food Network right now.
We're trying to think of the flavor
profile. Whether the balsamic basil plum would go together.
Great on pork roast, maybe, she said. Okay. My 2 pear trees, one is pears, one doesn't have to freeze right after they bloom. Makes no sense. They're about 20 feet apart. Yeah, we're not getting the fruit like we did last year, but that's okay. Because we're going to get lots of fruit next year because they're come back stronger and it's going to be wonderful. The mighty security guard emu trained by all the wise and legendary mod. That emu is so bad.
Did I tell the story last week of the emu with the coyote?
No. Did you? I don't remember.
I don't know. Does anybody remember the story about the coyote and the emu?
The emu running back and forth. Whoa. Yeah.
We'll see if anybody...
We substitute that for cranberry sauce at Thanksgiving. Oh, that's really smart. Well, the cranberry sauce is pretty amazing, so I'm not sure why you would want to substitute it. Rochelle, Raquel said no.
I'm still trying to think of
Rochelle. I don't know why I'm thinking of Raquel.
I feel like the
Miss Ann and Rochelle said no, and Jeannie Lipsky said no.
Okay, well, here
tell the story.
I'm gonna tell the story.
Tell the story.
Okay, so this particular day I got up for work a little bit later than normal, and so as I was coming out of the bedroom, dressed, I see my one son sitting at the bar top, getting himself ready because he had work. So I came behind him.
It was last Monday because he had to go work early to haul hay.
To get to the key box to grab my key. But just as I'm like grabbing the key, I see this like black, it almost looked like a stick in the window. All you see is like this straight line, straight up like this. Like imagine here on the bottom of the screen, it's just like all the way across. I'm like, that's weird. Is the emu chasing Maverick, or is Maverick chasing the emu? Because they like to chase each other and have fun with that, right?
Oh yeah, we got plenty of videos.
Is that Mama Jose?
Yeah, look at her in here.
What's up?
Okay, so you saw this like.
So I see this little stick, and I'm like,
my view of her.
No, this was straight up. This wasn't like excited having fun, and that's what was weird about it. And I knew that, like when I thought about it, I knew the dog was in the mud. The dogs were in the mud room, so it couldn't have been. It had to have been something else.
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, while my brain is like trying to like process all this, I have seen the emu protect the yard from the vicious, hateful cat.
Jane the cat.
The cat will be out on the street, and I will see this emu like stalk this cat in order for it, waiting for it to get in the yard so it can chase it. So that's what I was thinking about, and I was like, wait a minute. The cat never comes around the backside of the house. So it had to have been something else. So I said to my son, that's now, again, he's sitting in front of me. I'm looking at his back. I'm like, did you just see that? And he said, see what? And then I said, out the window. And I look straight out the window. And as soon as I said that, there was a coyote just on the other side of the fence line. So the emu.
It was in our pasture, like in the corral area.
It was probably about 20 feet off of the pipe fence that's connected to our yard.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, what in the world? So I ran, grabbed my gun. It outsmarted me. I couldn't.
Well, he grabbed his gun. So he goes in to grab the gun. I'm like, what's up? And he keeps running back in the room. He's like, no, I can't talk because coyote. I'm like, ooh, coyote. So I jump up and I'm like, where? And here comes my son. He's like, Mom, no, I can hear us.
You jumped out and got in the window?
I jumped out and got in the window. I got in the window because.
Are you joking me?
You ready? Through the blinds, I see the shadow like, woo, woo, and I'm like, what is happening? Well, I peek and I just move it. And Jonathan's like, Mom, don't make a noise. It can hear us. I'm like, it cannot hear us. And I do like this. And the coyote's like walking away. And I was like, maybe it can hear us. Well, in the meantime, you've got this stinking emu running back and forth in front of my window. I'm no good because I'm like, what is she doing? She's crazy. Well, it's because the coyote now was running down. He was at the corner of the pig pen. And he's like trotting away. And then he like looks back. And I'm like, oh, I think he can see me. And Jonathan's like, hey, don't make noises. And I'm like, and I'm just peeking out. I only peeked out like this much. It was just enough. Because I was like, I see
That's
him.
what it was. You scared it off.
I didn't scare him. He heard you. He knew. I think actually the emu scared it. I think because the emu was wild. She was running back and forth like a maniac. I was like, wow, she's crazy. But then when you went out there, I saw it kind of run off. But Jonathan said he noticed it went right behind the trailer and then kept going. And I think that coyote is partaking in our turkeys because this is 2 weeks in a row we've lost a full-size turkey. Last week, we lost our big male turkey, Jerry. And that was like Simeon's baby. He loved that dude. He always gets attached to like one male, even though he knows we're gonna like eat it. The main male, that like main Tom, he always gets really attached to, and he like loves on it. As a matter of fact, like just 2 or 3 weeks ago, he picked him up and like held him and then put him down. But we think Jerry died trying to protect his flock. And then this morning when I left early, and I left about 10:30 or so. And then when I get back, the kids were like, Mom, did anybody tell you that we lost another turkey? It was another male. And our third male and our last big boy now, our last boy turkey, all the rest of them are girls. He is tore up on the back end. And the only thing existing is one tail feather. So I think that he's injured as well. I don't know. Thermal optics. Yeah, there you go. Balsamic Place Jam is a sweet and tangy jam made with ripe red plums and fresh basil. Ooh, that's cool.
I've tried to trap coyotes.
He's did stake out before.
I've sat outside
in his like big blind thing.
Waiting. And they're just so smart. And even this one,
this one had to be a young guy. He looked young.
Yeah, I mean, he looked about 20 pounds, maybe 30 pounds. But I racked the slide and everything I took the AR, and I went out the house, and because I saw him starting to trot off, not like a sprint or even a run.
No, he was very confident.
He was, yeah. So
he was not worried about us.
I went around the opposite side of the barn where he could not see me. Maybe he could smell me, but he definitely could not see me. And when I got to the back of the barn, because I was like, dude, I'm gonna like intersect this guy right back here, and he was gone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he jumped the fence. I don't know if he went under the fence. I don't know if he ran to the back of the pasture.
Disappeared.
I have no idea where he went. Well,
a few pets that where I live, and they're pretty scary at night.
I don't know that the donkey thing. I don't know.
I think that works.
Yeah, but I'm not wasting gas.
The problem that we're having now is because the fencing is down. I think that on the side, I think she's not letting her dogs out either because there's babies next door. So their livestock guardian dogs that are usually out and working at night, they're not out working anymore. They're only in her enclosed area. They're not out working like they should. So yeah, they are kind of scary when you go out there at night and you can hear them just howling and causing up a commotion. Fox families wiped an entire flock. Only 2 times left. All chickens and guineas are gone. Oh, that's heartbreaking. I was really upset because they're not putting away these turkeys at night.
Depending on how close your neighbors are, I've got a few audio alert systems that will handle the coyote. All you'll need is a 12 gauge blank.
Well, our neighbor's pretty close.
Well, I mean, look, I've been out there and shot at animals and killed animals at midnight. It's kind of a thing out here that people just handle their business. So sometimes it can be a little scary because you're like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. What are you shooting at over there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had a skunk that one time, so.
Yeah, but shooting is no problem. That actually may not be a bad idea.
Be careful what you're saying on the live. We're taking down. Get you a donkey, Eric.
No,
they're bad.
No. We may want to look into that. It's not a bad idea. The audible sound.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm just thinking there's got to be something out there that.
Will you send me an email, Desert Goat? Tell me what you're thinking, what you're recommending.
If
there's something
that gets it within a certain range, then there's an audible sound that goes off.
Sometimes you can get them coyotes and just jump and stand right there waiting for the next one. Wow. Yeah, I mean, they can be pretty brave, I'm sure. The thing is that our dogs are not out super early. Now they are in the mudroom. They hear things normally, but the past few nights they've been in the house. So they're great at protecting in the house, but they're not so great at protecting outside because they're not there. It's like how they catch alligators, but you have to hang it from the tree and check daily. Hang raw meat from a really big treble hook. Would they just jump up and try to grab it?
I don't know. I've never heard that before. I don't know that I have I guess
See, we don't have any trees.
All my big trees are up front by the house.
That's where they found that. That's where they found that turkey this morning, right in the front yard.
Well,
like right in the front yard. I mean, right outside the front window, which is absolutely terrifying. No to a donkey. I've seen too many kill baby calves. And see, that's the thing too. We don't.
Well, for me,
our cows are more important.
Yeah, to me, I don't want to lose grass. That's the biggest thing. So I'm not going to pay.
I'm going to have to actually go out and buy turkeys though at this rate because I only have 5 baby turkeys. That's it. I've only replenished 5, and that's if they live because I lost 2 more yesterday out of the rain from the rain. I have 1 little baby out there and then 4 teenagers. That's it. And I have like 5 eggs in the incubator, but only 2 of them showed signs of life. The other 3 are maybes, so that's why they're there. I don't know. It's crazy. Were you looking for the email?
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, your email.
That's our email address right there.
Yeah. They left the only mail out. There's the only one they couldn't put away was the mail. They're going to go out and get them. That's the thing too. We've got to get this mail put away. He needs to get his butt sprayed with some colloidal silver or something. I'm probably going to get dinged for that. I don't recommend colloidal silver to people. Maybe I do, but you can get dinged for that. We actually got a warning, and we got our podcast removed because we spoke about using colloidal silver. Casey did on our podcast on past Monday about natural remedies in our apothecary, and we got our entire podcast removed from YouTube. Isn't that crazy? Just that episode, because he talked about using it. So I'm not talking about using it. It's just I said the word. Sometimes it's useful for certain things.
All these crazy people trying to use natural remedies like colloidal silver.
Yeah, cuckoo. Anyway, quit saying it. She said. Actually, she said, "Quit saying it." I wonder if it's a wolf sound, and Howls would like to push them away. I don't know. Maybe that's interesting. But I don't recommend that use. I don't recommend you to use colloidal silver. I'm just saying. That was it. I just want to say that last thing in case anybody wants to hear what I'm saying.
Can you wink with both eyes? Not blink like that.
You said wink with both eyes.
No. One, other. Some people like struggle.
I got to move my face too.
You look like you got a stroke.
Eric.
No offense to anybody who's had a stroke.
That's really a real thing.
I know. I'm just, it was.
It's a real thing.
I noticed it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It has been a week, guys. Well, I will say that I am the turkeys and stuff. These people need to put them away because I am not interested in losing any more animals. I'm so frustrated about that. How dare you talk about natural remedies, take money from Big Pharma? That's exactly it. Don't talk about, we're not doctors. Please do your own research. We're not doctors. Do your own research. I'm just going to take a bunch of non-natural medicines and use it on my animals when I feel like it. My mom has a stroke. She can't blink on her left side now. See, real nice, Eric.
That's what I was trying to say.
He hurt your feelings. I'm sorry about that.
It wasn't meant to hurt anybody's feelings.
That's it. Done.
All right.
It's funny because my sister's already working on the stuff for school. I feel like everybody's trying to rush my summer, and summer's not even here. Abigail said to me today earlier with confidence. She said, I'm triggered. She said to me with confidence, she leaned in. She's like, the summer hasn't really been that bad at all. It's been pretty mild. And I laughed. I said, Abigail, it's not even summer yet. It's not even summer. No wonder it's been mild. It's not summer in Texas yet. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Desert Coat. Yeah. It's not even, it's still spring. I just smiled. I was like, it hasn't been, want me to bump them. It hasn't even been a bad summer because it's not summer. It's not even going to be summer for a little bit longer. But yeah, it's not been too bad. Although the rain has been making me feel like I'm living in Seattle or something. This rain is it's serious business. We've been getting a lot of rain. I'm surprised Jesse and Lisa haven't washed away because it's been rainy in Texas. The news keeps saying summer night, and I'm like, exactly. Yeah.
Summer's on the way. The heat is coming.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day because I'm very hopeful with our plan this year with the cows that we'll not have to buy nearly as much hay.
Yeah.
If we do it correctly. And if we have favorable weather, which right now
the rain has been good.
It is favorable because it's growing the grass.
Wait, I had a buddy in the Marine Corps that only sweat on one side of his body. The dry side, he had no feeling. It was crazy and only see one half of his head sweaty. What? No. That's crazy. We're supposed to warm up next week. Well, I had a friend in high school. She couldn't smell anything. And that's before COVID, because that COVID wasn't a thing. But she couldn't smell anything. Her name was Sarah McDonald. I'm sure she's married now, so that's not her name anymore. But, oh, thank you. Sarah McDonald. She couldn't smell. We would put weird stuff in front of her and be like, smell this. And she's like, I can't smell it. It's the most phenomenal thing ever. We would try to make her smell things to see if she was joking. And she's like, I literally can't smell. I felt kind of bad for her, though, because, I mean, she couldn't smell good things. Like the pizza that they were cooking on pizza days in high school.
But it was good because she couldn't smell the other stuff going on.
Yep. But that just means if she farted, she couldn't smell it either.
Yeah, how embarrassing.
So she wouldn't know if it smelled bad. She didn't know that farts smell bad. Could you imagine just farting and not knowing they smell bad and just thinking it's silent, not deadly? She thought her farts were silent, not deadly. Oh my gosh. He had spinal injury of some sort. He had full function of everything, but wouldn't feel sweat on one half. That's weird. I heard she had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Yes, she did. No, she didn't. She could taste. So that was weird. I don't think she could taste as well as we could. I mean, she could tell us that she liked certain things, so she could taste the things that we were eating. I don't know. Maybe she was messing with us. No, she wasn't messing with us. She held that joke for a long time then, because I knew her for like 3 years. I wonder how many times a day somebody said, you can use, I know, right? We mess with her all the time at school and school lunch. We'd be like, could you smell this? And she's like, no, I literally can't. It's actually kind of dangerous. You can't smell smoke and such. Yeah, that would be so dangerous. With horses that don't sweat, you give them flat, dark beer daily until they start sweating again. I wonder if that guy could drink flat, dark beer. He would get drunk every day trying to drink as much beer as he could so that he could start smelling again. But then he became an alcoholic, so it didn't help. Farts, the best at home C test. Yeah. Just asked her. She's funny. That's bad. She wouldn't know. Yeah, she wouldn't know.
If it's bad enough that you're tasting it too, let's be honest.
You think?
Seriously?
Not if you can't smell it, you can't taste it right.
Yeah.
She could taste her farts. Ew. Maybe.
It's a thing.
But if you can't smell it, can you?
They work hand in hand.
Yes. So then I wonder if she could actually taste. I mean, she thought she could taste, but how much? She was deceived.
Okay.
I think she couldn't really taste, not like what we were tasting. So we could be eating like gum or something candy and sweet, and she probably wouldn't have no clue. I wish I had thought about these questions when I was a high schooler. Doggone it. Sarah McDonald, if you're out there, I need you to tell me, can you taste? I need to find somebody that knows her.
All right. Well,
we're old enough now. She might be dead. Our friends are dying. People are dying at our age.
Wow.
Yeah, they're getting like cancer or having strokes or heart attacks or something. Or
they can't wink.
Or they die from drug overdoses.
That's what I was trying to say earlier. They can't wink.
I can do it.
Well.
All right.
Again.
She probably uses that stuff. Yeah, she probably used that. That might help. It's like the kid that got a hearing aid and learned farts make noise. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. I wonder if she would know.
So much fun with that.
What? With a hearing aid?
What? Yeah.
I wonder if.
No, just stop.
Now I'm going to have to find somebody that needs a hearing aid, and I have to be like, take your hearing aid out. And then, no, I won't fart in front of them, because then they would smell it. They would know it was a fart. It's like the meme I just seen. What language do deaf people understand? Sign language. And wait, it's just language. It's just their language.
It twists my brain, man. I can't do that. I just can't do it right now.
Oh my gosh. He's too tired. He came home and almost went to sleep on the bed earlier. He came in and he laid there. I was icing my back, and he's like, all right, good night. I'm going to sleep. I'm like,
did you say I was icing me back?
I was icing me back. No, I didn't go pirate. I was icing my back. Anyway, yeah, look, Miss Ann's already ready. She's like, good night. I got to go to bed, guys. You need to go to bed.
You've wasted enough.
Yeah, you wasted my time. Wait, she was in the bushes earlier.
She's in the bush in her profile pic. Look at that.
She is in the bushes. That's what she meant. She was in the bushes.
She just was talking about her.
She meant sign language, by the way, not Solgan language.
Oh,
Solgan
yeah, I think that's what they do over in Sweden.
Solgan language. Yes, but there's a different. Yes, there see different sign languages too. Maybe there be different sign languages too. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to bed because we need to go to bed early. Plus, I need to go ice my back again. I got a massage today, and she did a very good job, which means I'm a little sore. Plus, I got super greasy hair, and I need to go like take a shower or something to get some of this massage oil off of me. She did cupping on my back, and she said, you can't go home and take a shower for at least 2 hours because the hot water will, you can take a cool shower, but the hot water will, you don't want to hurt your skin. And I was like, don't worry, girl, I'm going to take a shower till the morning anyway. She was like, oh, good plan. I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of greasy.
Well, it's extra level up when you're greasy.
You add a Z to greasy?
Yeah. When it's greasy,
yeah.
You got, yeah.
Anyway, all right. We'll see you guys next week. Come back on next Thursday. And hey, for all you dads out there, happy Father's Day. Because it's coming up this weekend. I got some stuff for you.
Neato.
I know. All right. We love you guys. Hey, who likes spending Thursday nights hanging out and chatting with their friends?
Farmers do.
And farmers' wives do. See you guys next week. Bye. And John and Sarah, we'll see you guys this weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
Your voice cracked.